Deborah Bond is coming right back with her band to shut the stage down with a musical performance. But for now, let's keep the music going while we look at the history of jazz in our city as we go inside Baltimore.
For nearly 40 years, local Baltimore clubs, night spots, and cabarets hosted many of the world's most noted jazz musicians and pioneers. Sunday evenings from 5 to 9 at the famous ballroom in Charm City was a must for the likes of Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Donald Byrd, Art Blakey, Wynton Marsalis, and John Coltrane, to name a few. Jazz greats couldn't wait to test their chops or introduce new techniques in Baltimore, which had always been a proving ground for jazz artists. But in 1964, the proving ground was transformed into a world-class performance town thanks to a small, unassuming handful of local jazz enthusiasts known collectively as the Left Bank Jazz Society.
We started out doing our Sunday shows because a lot of times musicians would be in New York. It would be a down day from playing on the weekends. And we would tell them, look, would you rather stay in New York and spend $300 or come to Baltimore and make $200? And then the word got out that we had one of the hippest audiences in the nation.
It was 47 Sundays a year. We only laid out between Christmas and the Super Bowl. We never sold advance tickets. You only bought tickets at the door. There were Sundays when there were lines around the corner. Nowhere else did they do a concert where we had 3 sets. People just loved the atmosphere.
You know, the gimmicks didn't work. You had to come down here and play. And when you got a standing ovation at the ballroom, you have truly played your instrument.
The founding members took the name Left Bank in honor of a region of Paris, France, known for its jazz scene and lively culture. In the beginning, the organization was mainly focused on promoting jazz as an art form through organized activities and concerts. What started out as a simple plan soon grew to immense proportions. Longtime Left Bank members Mildred Battle and John Fowler believed that there was something special about Baltimore that made Left Bank so appealing.
Musicians wanted to play for us so much that they didn't charge us as much as they did in other places.
A lot of the spreading of the word was from the musicians who would come back and say, man, I had a great time in Baltimore. I got fed, I got free drinks, you know, I met a girl, I got paid, and the audience was hip.
We were able to bring to Baltimore the best, the meanest jazz musicians in the world.
Once the word really spread among the musicians in New York and Philly, it's not a problem in getting musicians. And again, we never, ever, ever in our wildest imagination thought that this thing would last for 40-some years. But it did, it just kept rolling.
John Tegler, local jazz radio host, historian, and aficionado, remembers those Sunday sessions and reflects on what Left Bank did for jazz in Baltimore.
What they did for Baltimore and jazz? A whole lot. A lot more than many other things that happened or are even happening right now. This was a place where people that loved the music could gather, regardless of who they were. And it grew. Where I remember concerts where you couldn't get in the door if you didn't already have a reservation, etc. And that kind of exposure is the thing that I'm talking about. Left Bank provided that. I wish it was still here, I really do.
The Left Bank Jazz Society emerged at a time when Baltimore was still a segregated city and deeply divided. The movement around jazz in Baltimore helped foster racial sensitivity and understanding that far exceeded the doors of the famous ballroom.
Whites, blacks, you name it, everybody came to the ballroom on Sunday for one purpose, and that was to listen to live music and have a good time. Left Bank Jazz Society itself was an interracial group. There were African Americans, there were Caucasians in the membership, so we had a real cross-section. We booked a cross-section. We booked the Maynard Ferguson Band, we booked Woody Herman, Stan Kenton, you name them, we booked them. If they were hot, we booked them. In 42 years of putting on concerts, thousands of concerts, Never had one major argument, never had one fight.
If y'all just wait a minute and hush up, I'm gonna play something.
Well, they knew their history, they knew their music, and their appreciation showed.
In 2000, the Left Bank Jazz Society landed a deal to have its taped archive called Live at the Left Bank made into a series of CD releases. In 4 decades, the Left Bank Jazz Society grew from a meeting space above a bar to an internationally recognized and respected jazz institution. For Good News Baltimore, I'm Anthony Truitt.